My name is Emily Cheng, Sensory Support Specialist at Cara Technology. Today, I am going to show you how to run a sensory training session. First, I will ask the trainees to enter the room. Make sure that they are not wearing fragrances or fragrance deodorant. Then, I will pour the reference. The reference cup will be the cup at the very left. Pour around 100 milliliters for each taster. Could pass this around. Then pour the rest of the samples from 1 to 10. The cups are laid out in 2 rows of 5s. On the cups that's closer to the assessors are samples 1 to 5. The next row are samples 6 to 10. Pour 100 milliliters into the first cup at the very left on the first row. Next, I have sample number 2. Make sure that your trainees know which cup to pour in. Sample number 2 will be the second to the left on the first row. Make sure there is only 1 jug passing around so that they do not mix up the samples. I have now poured all 10 samples for each assessor. Make sure that they do not label on every cup, because later on we are going to swap the samples around, and marking it will leave hints for what the answer might be. Present each flavor one at a time. Refer to the flavor information booklets. Encourage assessors to taste and smell the sample while describing the flavors. Every flavor have different assessment methods. Some flavors, you might be guided to take 1 short sniff. For other flavors, you might be guided to take a long sniff. Or you may be asked to take a little bit of the sample and rub it at the back of your hand. Metallic is one. I am now going to demonstrate the 5 steps of the tasting technique. First, take 1 glass in your hand and swirl the product. This will release the aroma in the liquid. Bring the glass close to your nose and take 1 short sniff. Second step is to bring the glass close to your nose and take 1 2-second sniff. Next, cover the glass with 1 hand and swirl the cup. Bring the glass close to your nose, remove your hand, and take 1 long sniff. Then, to taste it, take 1 10 milliliter into your mouth, swirl it around, and swallow. Final step is to take 1 breath, plug your nose, take 10 milliliters into your mouth, swirl it around, swallow, and breathe out. To assess metallic flavor, take a little bit of the product, rub it at the back of your hand, and sniff it. During the training course, it's important to repeat the name of the flavors many times. Like this. Sample number 1 is diacetyl. Diacetyl smells like butter. Have a sniff at diacetyl. Assess diacetyl using our tasting technique. After presenting every flavor, I will then ask every assessor to leave the room. I will then prepare for the test. So, ladies and gentlemen, please leave the room. After asking the assessors to leave the room, I will swap the samples. Refer to the instructions on sense check. The system gives me suggestions of which glasses to swap. Or, alternatively, I can also make notes on it myself. We'll do this by drawing 3 lines between the glasses that I want to swap, like this. If I want to swatch glass 1 with 8, I would connect these lines. If I want to swatch glass 4 with 9, I would do a line between these 2 glasses. The final line, I want to swap sample 2 with 5, so I would do a line there. Then I will fill out the table with the glasses that are swapped. Sample number 1 for 8, 2 for 5, 3 is the same, 4 with 9, 5 with 2, 6 is unchanged, 7 is unchanged, 8 with 1, 9 with 4, and 10 is unchanged. Then I will go around the room and swap the glasses according to the decisions I've made. I will then mix the samples according to the rumble pattern that I drew. Do this exactly the same for every assessor. First, sample number 1 gets swatched with sample number 8, it's this line. Sample number 2 swatches with sample number 5. Sample number 4 gets switched with sample number 9. Now, do this for the rest of the room. I have now asked the assessors to come back to the room. While they were away, I have swapped the samples around so that they are not in the order that they were originally in. I have also given them one taste form, and on it have 10 sample numbers and spaces for them to write the dominant flavor in each sample. Encourage them to use the notes from previous coaching sessions. All possible choices are at the bottom of the page.